So, with every interview I do, I start with obviously the general question. With everything you've done in your career so far, if you could sum it up in one word, how would you describe it?
Mental. Absolutely mental. Wrestling's one of those things that a lot of the time I just step back and I think like, how have I got to this point? Like, how has this happened? Like, it was like a few years ago I was working in an office, and then now I'm wearing a lucha mask, and as I'm performing at the drill, and you know, it's it's really strange. I'll always say mental with that.
Absolutely. Do you know what it is? I mean, every time I do that, though, I always get a new word. So, mental's obviously a new one.
Yeah.
So, but, Scrap, I mean, how's the week been for yourself, mate? All right?
Yeah, good. Same old, really. I live a very structured life. Um, it's very much work, gym, training, eating. That's literally always my week. So, yeah. But how have you been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Obviously, getting prepared, obviously, for the new show. The spotlight is on. So, I said before we hit the record button, the spotlight is on you, bro.
Thank you. Yes, really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. So, let's obviously start at the beginning. How did obviously you get into wrestling?
So, I work at a pub, and one of the locals down at my pub, someone called Simon Corby, who does a lot of productions at a lot of different shows. And he obviously does Fight Factory, and he knew that I was a big wrestling fan. And for months, he was trying to convince me to come down. It was ages, and I kept kind of pushing it, putting it off because I thought I didn't know how everyone was going to react to it. I didn't. I'm very kind of private. I'm a very kind of private person.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very much like, yeah, it would be cool, but I don't know if I could do it. And one day I just bit, and I thought, "Do you know what? I'll go down and I'll try it." And I went down to Fight Factory, and it was one of those things. I just fell in love with it straight away. Straight away, like I remember getting in that ring and just thinking, like, "Oh my days, I'm in a wrestling ring," and taking my first bump and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." Like, I need to keep doing this.
Absolutely. And obviously, what was it like working with somebody like Dutch? Because obviously, that's somebody who I respect highly.
Yeah, do you know what? He has a really good way of making wrestling, like, whilst taking wrestling very seriously, he makes it fun. He makes the atmosphere really fun. And, to have that and then also learn from him, like, with the knowledge he has, is so good. And you get opportunities when you're doing the camp shows to go on the road with him a little bit, and there's so much banter. Um, it just it takes wrestling, like, wrestling's so good in the ring and it's so much fun in the ring, but everything else around it, like, he's got a great way of making all that, like, amazing, and you get so many good memories through doing that kind of stuff. But when it's time to knuckle down, it's like it's time to knuckle down, and he's you know you want to impress him, and especially on in those early days, but he'll always he'll always be there for you, and he's always giving you tips and saying you need to improve this, need to work on this, and you know what I mean. So yeah, it's really good learning from him.
Absolutely. And obviously, I've spoke to Becca as well, and you can tell when she talked about Fight Factory how passionate she's about it.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the thing. Like, both of them have separate jobs. Like, Becca's a nurse. Dutch is now working for the police. Like, you can see they live such busy lives, and to do that and as well running Fight Factory, it's incredible that they find any sort of time to themselves. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
Becca's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, she's lovely, and so good at what she does, but also like she's one of those people like you could always go to her if you ever need anything.
Absolutely. Would you say she's like the mother, obviously, of Fight Factory?
Oh yeah, she's the stressed out mother that occasionally shouts at you. It's it's great, but you don't want to get on her wrong side.
I can't wait for this to go out to see what she says about that.
Oh, she'll agree. She'll agree, especially with me. Like I'm always doing stupid things. Like I'd fully admit that. So she'll have a go at me for that. But then, when we're setting up the ring, I've got a habit of being very gormless. And I'll be thinking of things, and then I'll be staring into space, and the next thing you know, I've just got her like strap, get a move on. But no, she's lovely. But she does have. In all fairness to her, she has to be like that.
Yeah, I think
Because
sometimes you've got to be a bit stern, as I always say.
yeah, that's the thing. Like stern but fair.
Absolutely, stuff like that. So, talk about putting the strap character together because it's really unique. Let's be honest.
Yeah, oh my days. I mean, the way it started is one of those things that I can never say.
Okay.
The origins of the character. It's nothing like terrible. Like it wouldn't get me cancelled or anything like that. But it was a very strange start. But I didn't always look like this. I started off wrestling in a balaclava. It was
Okay.
literally tights and a balaclava. Um, and I always knew I wanted to go down the comedy route of things where, very comedic character because I can't take myself seriously. And the balaclava was there to kind of cover my face so I could, how do I put it? It's like, I can't do that thing like when you cut a promo.
Hmm.
I just, when I look at myself, I just cringe no matter what. So the balaclava is there for, to literally protect my identity so I could actually perform whilst not just cringing myself out. Um, you know. So yeah, it started off as like a very like rebel street man kind of character in the balaclava, and it got to the point where I was wrestling, and then I was like, I can't do this. The balaclava was just moving around my face all the time, and I was constantly having to move it around and adjust it. So I thought, right, I'm gonna get a lucha mask. So I bought like a plain black lucha mask, as close to a balaclava as I could find. And then the character evolved kind of from being the street man rebel to then being a luchador kind of gangster. Which was really cool. Like I got to wear I wore like the street kind of t-shirts and stuff with the tights. Um, but it became very apparent, even though I was a face, when you're wearing like just all black and you're wearing that kind of gangster, like streetwear, it was very hard to kind of get over as a face
Hmm.
with audiences. And I remember I spoke to Benjamin Quill about this, and he said, "Well, what you need to do is brighten the colours. You don't have to wear all black." And I thought, yeah, that's a good point. So I then introduced the yellow. I messaged a few people in Mexico who got the mask made. It was Jade Masks that done this. And like done an incredible job. I've said, right, yeah, I want some like bright yellow with some black, little bits of red. And just show everyone that the characters are face. Bright colours. Kids love that.
Hmm.
And yeah, I got to introduce that again in a match against Rogan, which was really cool, and which I think was where the character went from being very generic comedic character to kind of Strap being born
Hmm.
as this luchador gangster that's you know is so loyal and lovable, but is so stupid at the same time. You know what I mean? He's the kind of guy, he grew up playing too much GTA and watching too much New Jack.
A good definition.
You know what I mean?
Oh dear. So, how hard is it actually performing in a mask? Is it challenging? Because I've never had obviously an opportunity to speak to somebody who performs in a mask.
It's the first mask, proper luchador mask I wore. Obviously, I've always had the mesh. Now, the mesh is something you just get used to. And when you're on shows, you don't even think about it. It's the breathing
Mm-hmm.
because with this mask, you've got like two little holes here, which helps massively with breathing. Where my first mask never had that, and it was just tight on my face.
Oh.
And yeah, you just come out like after having a match, and you're just dripping in sweat. You know, and your breathing's not as good. So I think that's down to the mask being a bit cheap. Where this mask is, I can breathe in it. However, you know, see fine. It's, you know, to me, I don't even realize it's on my face. But you know, I think anyone wearing it for the first time will probably struggle. It just takes time to get used to.
Okay. Okay. So, for people obviously listening to stuff like that, tell us obviously about some people you're training with, because obviously I've spoke to a few people and there's some incredible talent in Fire Factory. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, we've got loads down really. Damien Valentine, really good. Jason Morgan, another one. He likes to beat me up a lot. You know, Jack Carter, you know, real up and coming guy in the industry. He's down training all the time. Microphone I've worked along with. So you know, but there's so many people, and there's so many people that are coming up. They're going to start appearing on shows, which I'm really excited to see. You know, but yeah, it's a great group of boys and girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you also get a few people coming in, like you said, Reese and Rogan, Jack Maxwell. That's two which come to my mind.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when you're on shows, because obviously they're Hull based, I think. So I
Mm-hmm.
see them on show days and that, and working with people like that is really, really good. Especially like you know Rogan. You know, to have a one-on-one match with him and to learn from him through that was a great experience. Scary, but really good. Yeah, you got likes of Ace Matthews that comes down, and you know when you're in the ring with him and he's cutting a promo, you can just see how talented he is. You know what I mean? Like you can see when people switch into character. And it's just like I just watch in awe sometimes. I'm like, God, like it would be great to be that good.
Yeah, I've spoke to Ace. He's a really comedy guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's great. You know what I mean? And you know, when you're coming up with ideas, you know, him and microphone to be fair, you know, it's just you just bounce off each other and it feels so natural and a lot of the time you just got to go out there and react. You know what I mean? And when you're in
Mhm.
the ring with someone like Ace and like microphone, like it becomes a lot easier.
Absolutely. So you've been involved obviously in wrestling now as a fan and as a wrestler. How do you look at wrestling now overall?
I I really enjoy it. I do really enjoy it. I think I've kind of ruined it a little bit for myself because I like to kind of critique it a lot. So I sometimes struggle, especially like when I'm watching WWE. I struggle to be a fan sometimes,
Yep.
and I'll watch things I critique, and then I'm thinking, oh, that's really cool, and I like, oh, I might use that, and you know, like you know, I think, oh, I really like that, oh, no, I don't like that. Um, you know, so that's I mean, that's really cool, but it's also a shame at the same time. But you know, I like you know, I like wrestling. You know what I mean? It's really good fun to watch. I think the WWE is it's you know it's a shame that the ticket prices are the way it is, and it you know
Hmm.
the whole backstage stuff is a shame. But the actual on screen product, I think, probably gets a lot more criticism than I think it deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. So this next question I ask a lot of people and stuff like that, and it stumps a lot of people, but it's not designed to. For people
Okay.
who's not familiar with yourself, why should they go check you out? This is the way to like promote yourself a little bit.
No, yeah, look, it's something different. And, I like to have fun in the ring. I think when I'm having fun, the audience is having fun. And, I try and focus on character and wrestling, but I have so much emphasis on the character, which I think is sometimes missing in wrestling today. So I think come down to Fight Factory, have a laugh, and you can see me just being a goofball, really.
Absolutely. So we spoke about it earlier, but obviously Fight Factory's now been back at the Drill. What's that like for you? Because I know how iconic that venue is.
Yeah, really cool. Honestly, that's because I've always known of it, known of a drill, and I've gone every now and again. But to actually perform there was so cool, and I even had like it was the first time that I had people that I know come and watch me. So
Mhm.
that was a bit strange for me. um, so yeah, when I was out there, I was a bit like, "Whoa, this is mental." But I think when the crowd's on your sides, like they were that night, you just get filled with adrenaline, and it was a really cool night. And especially to know the history of wrestling at the drill hall. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. I'll always be proud that I got that opportunity, and that is like big thanks to Fight Factory.
Absolutely. So this is obviously a game I've been playing with a lot of people. So I'm going to give you a list of people, and you've got to think of one word to describe each person. Is that right?
Okay,
So I'll start with an easy one. Dutch.
Dutch. Oh, funny. He's funny.
Becca.
Scary.
Gunnison.
Oh. Oh, that's a tough one. Menacing.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting one. Ace Matthews.
Hilarious.
And last one, Erin Jacobs.
Oh, love. I love Aaron Jacobs. He's such a cool guy. He's one of those people. Like he's helped me out massively. Behind the scenes, like we do a lot of promos with him, and he teaches us how to cut promos and always giving us feedback. So I love Aaron Jacobs to bits. Like always have time for him.
Absolutely. So one of the things which caught my eye with yourself is your Instagram. Your Instagram's pretty crazy. I mean, tell me how this has all come about because it's really unique.
I I just post stupid things. It's I I try and get views and clicks, and sometimes I think the videos I post are a bit silly, but it's helped.
It is. I mean, for people listening, by the way, go check out his Instagram. It's really funny. If you want a good laugh, do you know what I mean? Go check it out, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, and I've got more to come. I've got some stuff in the backlog that's really stupid. But,
Dare I ask?
well, no, you'll see me falling down some stairs at some point. That'll be fun. Um,
Oh,
there was something filmed in this house that's very interesting. But
uh,
yeah, there's loads coming up. So it's yeah, definitely stay tuned. It's at Strap Wrestler on Instagram.
okay. So obviously, like I said, you got stuff outside wrestling stuff like that. How do you juggle everything? Do you get time to yourself?
I get not at weekends. like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't really. Throughout the week, I get up, go to the gym, I'll come home, eat. I get like a couple hours or so where I can just chill out and just, I don't know, watch some wrestling or play some games. And then it's either go to work or go training, really.
Okay, that's interesting. Pretty much straight to the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I try and keep it very chilled out. Again, I've got a very structured life. It's the same thing every week. You know what I mean?
Rinse,
But
repeat.
yeah, pretty much. It's been like that for the past year or two.
Okay, okay, stuff like that. So, again, I'm going to go back to obviously people who's not seen you and stuff like that. What match you've obviously had would you recommend people checking out? Which is like a good representation of you?
Do you know what? I said the one with Rogan, that's on YouTube. That's a really good one. Um, like he's one of those people. Like if anyone gets a chance to get in the ring with him, like it's a great experience. But that you'll see. I think that's my best performance wrestling wise so far. However, the last match at the drill hall, that's a good one to check out because you get to see me, Ace Matthews, and microphone bouncing off each other and being silly, and then there's the Anarchy title win at the end, which had a really nice pop. So yeah, if you want the character, if you want to see like probably the character at its best, watch the last show at the drill. If you want to see some like nice wrestling, watch the match of Rogan.
There you go, and stuff like that. So, what's the best piece of advice you would give people who's thinking of getting into wrestling?
I I say just do it. Just do it. Like my biggest regret is I didn't do it sooner. And I didn't do it sooner because I was scared of doing it. And I thought that everyone was just gonna I thought I was gonna become a bit of a joke throughout it. But one of the biggest surprises for me in life has been how everyone's reacted to this. Like everyone has been so supportive and everyone like really enjoys it, which is really cool. So I'd say just try and find a gym and just go down. I think the hardest part of it is turning up.
And I always think as well, you're never actually too far away from a training school.
No, I mean, God, I mean, I'm only a 5-minute drive away, and I didn't even realize it was there for half my life. So,
Crazy, right?
you know, it's yeah, my biggest regret I didn't do it sooner. Should have done.
Okay, okay, interesting. So we've got a little game to play, and this is one I've been doing with absolutely everybody. So what I've got is got a list of categories, and you've got to think of the first wrestler that comes to your head. Is that all right?
Okay.
The only rule is you can't use the same wrestler one twice.
Okay, cool. Is this just Fight Factory? Is this any wrestler like in the world?
Let's go straight. Let's keep it to Fight Factory. If we need to expand it, we will.
Sweet, cool.
Strength.
I'm not going to say Dutch because he's retired now. I'll say Jason Morgan.
Okay. What about speed?
Speed. Oh, Jack Carter.
Good shout. Charisma.
Microphone.
Technical ability.
Oh, that's tough because there's a few really good ones technically. I can't say Carter again, even though I know he's really good. I'll say Ace Matthews. He's very good technically.
Okay. You've kind of touched on it. Promos. Who's good on the mic?
Oh, I just said Ace Matthews. Oh, that's what I should have said. Oh, that's hard because Ace is really good and Microphone's really good on the mic. I'll go Rogan. Rogan cut a really good promo.
Okay. What about entrance? This could include music.
Oh, I really like Ripper's music. However, Alexander Romanov has a really cool entrance.
Okay. Who's good at storytelling?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'll go Damien Valentine. He's a very good storyteller.
Okay, and lastly, you can have multiple for this one. Who's the ones to watch in the next few years?
Jack Carter,
Yep.
massive one to watch in the industry as a whole. If you're looking at Fight Factory, I think you've got Crook coming up, who's been on a couple of shows now. We've got someone making his debut of the next show called Brad Adder. I think he's going to be really good. If you look at the wrestling, AJ Louver, he's got a lot of talent to him. So Harry Johnson, another one, really good. Like there's a really good pool of young wrestlers at the moment at Fight Factory. Like it's definitely worth coming down and having a watch.
Absolutely. So, a few more questions as we begin to wind down. We're obviously 5 months in, mate. What's obviously the goal for you for the rest of the year?
Well, I've got this Anarchy Championship now. I need to defend it. I've got an Anarchy match of the next show, 23rd of May at 1NK against Benjamin Quill. I think it's going to be to keep doing these Anarchy matches, to keep developing with that, and to hopefully get out there more and get people noticing the character and who I am, which is probably a lot to do with the social media push. So yeah, it's we've got a lot of work to do, but hopefully we can have a good, successful, injury-free rest of the year.
Okay. One promotion you'd obviously like to show up in.
There's a lot of good ones. Evo looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few good nice ones to look at, but Evo's one I've got my eyes on.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, before we obviously head off, mate, is there anything obviously you like to plug social media wise?
Yeah, well, got the Instagram at Strap Wrestler. Got a YouTube channel that I'm uploading loads of shorts. That's where I'm mainly at. I've got TikTok. Again, it's all at Strap Wrestler. So yeah, but definitely come down to Fight Factory. We've got 23rd of May at 1NK. That's going to be really good. So yeah.
There you go. If you're watching this obviously on YouTube, you may see the QR code above Strap's head. If you scan that QR code, that will take you to his Instagram. Go support him. Go check out how funny he is. I'm just going to say that.
Thank you.
Dear Strap, thank you so much for taking the time over to talk to us, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So obviously the spotlight is on. Do you know what I mean? This is a new series I wanted to do. If you're watching this and you want to be obviously here where Strap is, reach out. We'll get you on. Do you know what I mean? We'll have a decent chat and we have some fun, right?
Yeah. It's been brilliant. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. So one thing obviously the people do where I interview, they get to do an outro for this show. So you can say anything you want. You can promote anything you want and we'll end the stream. Strap, take it away, bro.
Hey, subscribe to Magic of Wrestling. You know what I mean? What they're doing is really good. What you're doing is really good. I think other wrestlers should support other wrestlers. And go check me out. Go check out Magic of Wrestling. So yeah, thank you.
Cheers for watching.